Hey, it's your girl Shay. I'm back with a second video. Oh man, I guess I'll probably make this part two of what I was talking about because I know the other one was like almost 50 minutes. I don't be trying to make my videos like super long because not everybody has a long attention span. I'll say that, but to whomever my videos help, or even if you like the entertainment or whatever, because I was like, this is my channel. I could do what the hell I want to do on here and talk about whatever I want to talk about. So all I can say is oh, that's what I was last talking about. I was talking about how I wrote down like my thoughts and my feelings. Don't get me wrong. Dealing with like my doggone narcissistic mom or whatever. I did get in the habit of like once I write down something, I burn that shit because I don't want nobody else like looking at what the fuck I wrote or reading it and trying to like infiltrate my mind space. Like my mind space is for me. Like that's the reason why when I think, like I only hear my voice, only like my head voice. Y'all know the voice when y'all be thinking, inside your head. Yeah. So but yeah, all I can say is like I think the last thing I was talking about was like I got distracted or whatever and I had to return to me. And so I was like, hold the fuck up. Like you always have to keep yourself in check, keep yourself in line. That's always going to be your responsibility. But anyways, I took it kind of personally, like how he kind of was acting or whatever. And it may not have had anything to do with me. He even said it, in a text, like, it's nothing personal against you or nothing like that. But I took that shit personally. Though. And so I was like, hold on, skirt. Slow up, chill out. Like, why are you taking this personally? Like, because how he's acting or being or whatever, I don't know what he has going on in his personal life. I don't know what his inner world is like. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't even known him like that long, like 3 months. But you know what I'm saying? I know how my inner world is. My inner world was basically aligned, peaceful. I'm not saying that it's chaotic or nothing like that. Like, nah, my shit is still on point. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I got distracted because it's like, I know at one point, like previously, before I even got to the level that I'm at right now, in my healing process from narcissism anyway, you know what I'm saying? It for me, it all started with spirituality, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it took my heart being broken for my soul to start healing. And then like I was like, wait a minute, okay, I need to start like reading books and feeding my soul, because you know what they say, windows are the eyes to the soul. So I feel like you should be careful what you watch. So if I'm reading a book and the book is giving me knowledge, exercising my brain, I'm also feeding my soul that same information. You know what I'm saying? I feel that like I'm more intuitive now. Like I actually listen to my intuition instead of ignoring it. So it's like I see red flags. It's like, well, But anyways, and it was funny because I was analyzing sometimes you have to just sit alone by yourself and really like analyze your thoughts, analyze your feelings. Like, why do I feel this way? Why do I think this? Or why, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with questions. So I was just like, okay, well, anyways. uh but man, like it's just crazy. Like out here in these like streets, like it's really spiritual warfare. It really is serious. Like it is serious. Like people are still going to work and acting like everything is just fine and dandy. And man, y'all, when you have awakened, or your eyes have now been opened, it is so hard to go back to sleep. It's so hard to close your eyes and to ignore what you see going on around you. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard, and I actually can see why comedians end up, committing suicide, because they see things, they turn a lot of real life shit into jokes and comedy, and we think, ha ha ha, it's entertainment, ha. These niggas be depressed, stressed, because they see what is truly going on and what's truly taking place, but they put it in a way that entertains you. And see, that's the problem. Like, we like being entertained, and it's like life is not a game. I mean, there is the game of life. Matter of fact, that's a book that I'm gonna be reading here soon, The Game of Life, right after I finish reading this book over here. Because I mean, it's the age of Aquarius. All hidden things are coming to the light. Like, everything that once was like classified by the FBI, NASA, CIA, whatever government entity or acronym that's out there, you know what I'm saying? They are declassifying all types of files and shit. And a lot of, look here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. Yeah, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. So, as a kid, I watched X-Files with my grandmother, right? So as an adult, I started going back and like watching the X-Files. Like, I would just watch it till I fell asleep, for real. And when I tell you that certain shit on there, because in the beginning it'd be like do 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 the truth, and then I think in the words it'll come up and they'll be like, the truth is out there. Now, my question is this: if aliens did not exist, and the government has not been in touch with aliens since the fucking 1920s and 1950s, which they have been, my question is this. I mean, okay, first off, let's be real fucking honest. Hollywood has no originality whatsoever. Yeah, I said it. They have no originality, because if they did, why are you constantly remaking movies? Like, for example, The Parent Trap, the version that was made in I don't even know when the original Parent Trap was made, like the 60s, 70s, 80s, somewhere in there. Anyways, they made that, and then they came out with the fucking Lindsay Lohan version back in like the 2000s or the end of the 90s. End of the 90s, that from the 99 to the 2000s. Cash Money. I don't know why that came to mind. From the 99. Yeah, anyways, so I'm just sitting here like, okay, they just keep remaking movies. Now, don't get me wrong. There's been many movies that I was like, oh, that's a good movie. And then somebody be like, oh, it's a book. Huh? And then that's when I started realizing, like, what's the point in watching movies if I could just go read the fucking book? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't even think I'll ever read Harry Potter. That shit right there, all them thick ass books, I don't got the time. Now, maybe if I was a millionaire, billionaire, where I had nothing but time on my hands, I'd read them thick ass books. But when you got responsibilities, fuck that. I'll read something that is beneficial to my mind, my heart, my soul, my body. Something that's gonna help my finances. But Harry Potter's not helping any of that shit. It's not. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't even know how I got on Enchanted. But for real, like, I be having thoughts, like, in my mind. Because, like, okay, Men in Black, right? I seen an interview on YouTube where Will Smith was being interviewed. And he basically was saying that Obama briefed him about aliens, right? He said it, but he couldn't go into detail or say anything other than, yes, I'm very well informed. That's all he could really say. And I got pissed off because it's like, Will, all these movies, you done made MIB, 2 of them. You done did Independence Day. Matter of fact, he did admit to, that's the reason why he was able to do Men in Black, Independence Day, I think it's called After Earth with him and his son Jaden and shit like that. I can't think of any other alien or space related movies that Will did. However, Will, he basically stated that that's the reason why he was able to do those movies, because he was already like informed. So it's like, hold the fuck up. Like it's in one of them Men in Black movies where him and Tommy Lee walk into a store, and then one of them is like beatboxing with the other dude, and the other dude's beatboxing back, but it was that fucking alien. And then they all like came, like faces are shifting and coming apart and body parts, and I just be thinking to myself, what if I'm friends with a fucking alien and I don't even fucking realize this shit? It's not a scary thought, but it's an interesting thought, because it's like, why couldn't you tell me who you are? But I just be thinking about it. Like, I'd be like, and then Independence Day, that part where the big ass ship is like over that city before it blew up the goddamn city and shit. That was a real life scene. In 1920, a big ass spaceship, just like the one at Independence Day, was hovering directly over the city of LA. And the military was trying to shoot it down, blow it up. They blacked out the whole entire city. But the one thing you couldn't do was black that out from the memories of those millions of people that witnessed, the fucking spaceship in the fucking sky. This shit blew my mind when I read this shit. I can't remember if I read it from the FBI or NASA. Point is, you gotta be a fucking entitled, big head ass motherfucker to be thinking that we the only motherfucking ones in this entire universe. Milky Way, galaxy, cosmos. You gotta be a fucking dummy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about the movie Aliens. How like the Mayan temples had pictures of like the aliens, like the Predator and shit like that coming here. Do you know that the creator of who made Predator versus Aliens and shit like that the Predator is actually black people? Minus like the face opening up and the ugly ass teeth and green blood and think about it. The Predator had fucking dreadlocks, yo. And I'm not gonna lie, even when I was younger, I was like, that's my nigga, cause he black, cause he had dreadlocks. So when the Predator came busting ass on the aliens and shit, I was like, that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but when I think about movies and the first time I saw them as a child or a teenager, and I would have, that's my nigga, like inside my heart, like that's my dog. That's because I think on a spiritual level, I know that they were black. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, the creator came out and was like, yeah, I made this movie because, the Predator was based on black people from the cosmos, their faces are perfectly symmetric and like aligned, like they are very, very beautiful people. But white people being haters and shit, they wanted to make them ugly, turn them into monsters and shit like that. But my question is, why did you keep the fucking dreadlocks? And nigga was even built like a black man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, It ain't like I was looking in between his legs and nothing, but, when you see the full body alien, he got that little cloth, he got the cloth between his legs, and the nigga, it looked like he was wearing fishnets or some shit. But that nigga's legs was built in a motherfucker. His arms was built in him. That nigga did not need that goddamn laser device on his shoulder. He didn't even need the mask with the retina shit. He didn't need none of that to fuck up these human beings. Like, he didn't need none of that. Oh my gosh. But I'm going off on a whole tangent or whatever. But for real, these are just like random thoughts I be having in my head. And it's like, because NASA and the CIA and the FBI are all coming out about Pleiadians, reptilians. Now, don't get me wrong. Some years back, I remember people talking about some of the presidents are reptilians and all this shit. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Oh my God, my bubble got popped. Shout out to Money Motivated Stars for this. If you go to his channel, he has I believe it's 3 parts on it, where it shows, it basically shows, Michelle Obama, all about her and how she's really a man. What was her name? Joan Rivers was the first person to come out and say that Barack is gay and that he's the first homosexual president, which makes fucking sense to me, because that nigga didn't do shit for black people other than to pass homosexual rights. Like, gay people's rights is not the same as civil rights. Like, we fighting for 2 different motherfucking causes, and y'all trying to act like it's just like the civil rights. No, it's not. No, it's not, sir. No, it's not, ma'am. It's not. I don't have anything against gay people. Do what you do, but I don't want to hear about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know that, as a man, you like pitching or catching. I don't need to know that as a woman, you like scissoring or whatever the case may be. Like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are respectful to me, I'm respectful to you. Point blank, period. However, the world is getting crazy with these. Do y'all know Biden, once he was elected, he, passed a law regarding transgenders being able to, I forgot exactly what it was. I'd have to go back and reread it. But it has to do with transgender people and them being able to use women's restrooms. Like the men turn into women, going to the women. I am not comfortable with that. I do not want, because my thing is this. You telling me your big ass is a woman, but yet you got a dick. You can still potentially rape me or any woman. And that's exactly what happened. There was a story. This happened like last year. This guy decided, I want to be transgender. Now, mind you, he's locked up in a fucking federal ass prison. And he's a guy. He decides, I'm going to be transgender and be a woman. And what they do, they transported him to a women's prison. And do you know what this motherfucker was doing? Raping the fucking locked up women. Why would you do that? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Nigga was kind of a genius, because it's like, shit, I'm in here with these motherfuckers. I ain't about to fuck no man. I ain't no dick in a booty ass nigga. Like, I'm about to say that I'm a woman. And when I get there, I'm gonna fuck bitches. Like, maybe that was his fucking mindset. I don't fucking know. But point is, the raping was wrong. But, it was just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, first off, I'm not even mad at him. I'm mad at the fucking, prisons and whoever has to deal with that, because niggas still had a dick. If you want to be considered a woman, get your dick chopped off. But then I found out from an actual transgender that it costs a lot of money to get your dick chopped off. And I was like, what? So you can get a boob job, but you can't get a dick job. That sounds crazy as shit. That I would think that it costs a lot of money to get them estrogen hormones into your testosterone built body, and vice versa for the women who become men. Because my thing is, can your clit really grow into like an actual dick? I don't know. I don't have any like gay friends or transgender friends to be trying to understand this shit. Me personally, I just think they goddamn fucked up in the head. That's just my personal thing. And if you're LGBT, if you're an alphabet person and you're watching this and you feel offended, oh fucking well. I don't understand it. I already said that, like, I strongly believe in a woman and man relationship. And that is my choice. I don't have to agree with you. And if you feel that that makes me homophobic because I don't agree with you, fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. I don't have to agree with you. I can believe what I want to believe. Just like you feel like you can love anybody, even if they're the same sex, well, grant me that same permission to exist and respect the fact that I am 100% comfortable man and woman relationship. Anyways, back to the Barack Obama thing. That shit blew my mind, that he's gay. And the videos I saw, oh my God, he did so many interviews where he was like, well, yeah, you know, me and Michael, and then it's like, he'll pause and he'll be like, Michelle. Because my thing is, you keep saying Michael a whole fucking lot. Who the fuck is Michael? And why do you keep saying his name more than Michelle's? That's because Michelle is Michael. And after seeing this video of Michelle on Ellen DeGeneres' show dancing, there was something jiggling around in her pants. And that mug was slapping. It was slapping. I mean, she's up there dancing and the shit is... I watched it so many times and my mind could not come up with any more excuses. At first it was like, oh, maybe it's the material. All this and all that. The more I watched it, and you can only zoom in so fucking close, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, bottom line, I ain't never seen a pussy slap. I ain't never, ever seen a pussy move forward, backwards, or up and down. No, a pussy sits in place. I have a pussy. And just to double check, I remember I went into the bathroom and I started like, you know, kind of moving around. My pussy didn't jiggle out of place. Okay? That's a damn shame that I had to reality check myself and be like, you know what? I'm going to go get the same similar pants and I'm going to do that same dance move and I'm going to see if my pussy moves too. It didn't happen. So, sir, ma'am, I need you to drop your drawers. Because that's the only way we're going to debunk whether you a man or a woman. Now, don't get me wrong. The Obamas was still, you know, classy or, you know, professional or whatever. But it blew my mind. My bubble was popped. My bubble was popped, y'all. Like, it was. But, hey, whatever. And, I mean, it's a whole lot of shit that's coming to the light. Like, I seen a video where I think Biden is not Biden. The Biden that we see is a fucking clone. The real Biden got offed off. He's dead or underground or something because a lot of the rich people are underground. And to me, that's because your ass can't take the sun. That sun is not the same sun from when I was a kid. That bitch is hot. I don't know about y'all, but when I took my ass out in the sun, a bitch got gingerbread brown quick. It was like baking in a fucking oven, yo. I was like, whew. And it's so hard for me to sweat. I'm not like a super sweaty person. So for me, like for my boobs to be sweaty, my crotch to be sweaty, for me to be sweating under my underarms and to be perspiring from my forehead, my face, and my neck, it is really, really, really fucking hot. All I know is I wanted to beat Kamala Harris's ass and Joe Biden's because, you know, y'all thought it was funny to play with that goddamn heart machine. If y'all don't know how to use it, leave it the fuck alone. There's no reason why it was iced out for a week out here in Texas. The fuck was y'all doing? I'll tell you what you was doing. Operation Dark Winter. Because he was talking about it a lot in November and December. Dark winter. Dark winter. It's about to be a dark winter. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You iced out the South, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas. Texas? I moved here to get away from snow. Just for that shit to fucking go down? Look, listen here. For that shit to go down, it's always a reason for everything. And and then this is the craziest part. Motherfuckers was taking the snow and putting it in pots trying to melt it. The shit wouldn't melt. So that way, and I already knew it wasn't real snow because the clouds ain't even real motherfucking clouds. I find myself speaking into existence. I remember like I was working this yard dog job, and this was back in like November. No, it was December. In December, you know what I'm saying? And I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, it'll be cloudy and shit, cloudy, rainy, and I see these stupid ass clouds. I'm like, them clouds are not even fucking real. Like, they just don't look real. They look fake as shit. They look like bullshit. They are not the clouds I remember as a kid growing up. They're not. So I was like, so one day I'm sitting here like, clouds, you will part away. Fake ass clouds, you gonna get the fuck from my vicinity. You can go down yonder, you can go wherever you want, but you's about to let the sun shine down on me. I shit you not. While I was in the parking lot, probably maybe 20-30 minutes went by after I spoke those words. Do you know shortly after that, the sky opened up and the sun shined directly on me? It was like all these dark ass clouds and shit, and then it was like a circle. It opened up, but as it opened up to let the sun shine on me, it's like the clouds dispersed in a circular manner. Like it seemed kind of weird, but a lot of people back in the day used to be like, you know, if the sun is shining, like if it's cloudy and then the sun is shining, like shining through in a circle, like somebody's going to heaven or some shit. And I was like, where the fuck do y'all be getting this shit from? You know? And this is another reason why I was talking about aliens. So as a truck driver out on I-80 in Utah, Salt Lake City, I don't even remember which direction I was going. I don't remember I was going towards California or the East Coast. I just know I was in fucking Salt Lake City driving late at night. It's between like midnight, 3 a.m. And one thing I've noticed between the hours of midnight to 4 a.m, supernatural shit occurs or happens. You know, we're going to get back to that in a second. But I say that because these hours are critical hours. And I feel like the veil between this world and another world, meaning like 4D, 5D, whatever world you want to call it, another dimension, whatever, you know, is very thin, you know, and it's crazy. And I say that because, you know, like, for example, back to my truck driving thing, I saw a bright light shoot across the sky. I thought it was a shooting star. I was like, oh, that's awesome, because I saw a shooting star up close and personal. It was not a shooting star. I thought it was because it was way up in the sky. And so I'm like, okay, and it was bright as fuck. It was bright as fuck. That's why I thought it was a shooting star. Then I saw it again. I don't know if it was the same one or whatever, but I'm gonna just go ahead. So I saw the light again. This time it was below the clouds, like a lot closer to me. It wasn't as high. Like the shooting star looked like it was kind of right up there above the clouds, you know what I'm saying? But it was like shooting across. This one was under the clouds, you know, but still kind of high up. And I saw it, but I saw it more clearly. I was like, what the fuck is that? Because I could make out the shape. It was a ball of light, like a ball of white light. And I was like, the fuck is that? So I'm just driving. And then the ball of light appeared right in front of my truck. Like it was right, like, okay, so the semi truck windshield is probably like this fucking high, right? You know, because trucks sit up so high, right? So I'm sitting in the truck and I'm looking up and I'm driving, in one direction, but I'm looking up like directly above me because it's almost like it was hovering over the truck and it was going the same direction as me. And I was like, so I'm sitting here I had a Galaxy S7 at the time. So I'm scrambling, trying to put in my PIN code and pull up my camera and get it to video record so I could video record what the fuck I'm seeing with these eyes. Do you know it was a brand new fucking phone? I didn't even have the phone that fucking long, and it was glitching and acting funny and shit. It wasn't until that orb of light took off that I was like, what? I was like, in my mind, I was like, was it an angel? Was it a demon? Was it an alien? You know what? I was very confused and I was baffled for a very, very long time as to what the fuck it was. But you know what? After doing some thinking, if you ever seen the movie Soul, where the black guy, he dies and his soul is on this little conveyor belt thing going to the light, which is really the fucking moon, because the government came out and said in their declassified, look, y'all need to go and read these declassified files because it's very important information. Like it's hidden information that is coming to light because they have to follow universal law. It's Aquarius. They can't hide shit. Matter of fact, these entities that run Earth right now, they can't do shit against the gods and goddesses of this fucking planet. And the gods and goddesses are basically black people of any shade, albinos, you know what I'm saying? As well as Latinos. Like, they're the original people. If we weren't the original people, then how come the oldest fucking bones, which y'all named Lucy, were found in fucking Ethiopia, Africa? How come there's a documentary, I think you could find it on like Hulu. Where did I watch this documentary? I can't remember where I watched the documentary. It was on one of them goddamn Netflix, Hulu, hell, it might have been YouTube. I don't fucking remember it because it was years ago. Like 2012, 2013. NASA found a black woman in a rocket ship on the moon. Perfectly preserved. Talking about she's an alien. She's a black woman. Yeah, she had a big old like forehead like right here. But that's because her pineal gland, the shit was fucking activated. She was active. You know what I'm saying? That's why her forehead looked the way it looked, because her pineal gland wasn't small. It wasn't calcified. That's the reason why I try to stay away from that's why I don't like drink the tap water, because it's fluoride. I've been trying to change my damn shower head. I need some damn tools so I could put on this other shower head that I bought that has these beads in there that'll filter out all the chemicals in the fucking water. That way I am taking a shower in clean water, like no fluoride, chlorine, or whatever the fuck they putting in the water. And I say this too. I thought I was tripping these last couple days. Like, I'll go brush my teeth and I be getting whiffs of chlorine. Like, I be getting a whiff of like a chlorine smell. Even when I was washing my hair earlier, I got a whiff of a smell and it smelled a lot like chlorine. And I'm like, fluorine has no smell. Not in the water, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And besides, they can only put certain levels of fluoride in the water anyway. Otherwise, it can be very dangerous. So I was like, what the fuck? And then I got to thinking to myself, I did see this show where it was on the X-Files, where this dude went to Mulder's apartment and he changed out this thing, and he put some kind of gas to where the gas would go into only Mulder's apartment, and it made him hallucinate and start acting crazy and shit. And then I started thinking to myself, like, what if they could do that to each individual apartment, and like y'all starting to put like chlorine or some shit in only my water supply or some shit. Now that's probably sounding like it's paranoia, but at the same time, I don't think so, because I mean, when you got somebody who is spiritually like like, you can't stop me from reaching a certain level, like, you gonna probably do whatever you try to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's just a thought, but I just found it very strange. Like, why would there be chlorine in the tap water? You know what I'm saying? That's very strange. But anyways, so back to this orb of light, right? I think that orb of light was someone's soul. It was big, but it wasn't. If I was to give you a guess of how big this orb, and it was crazy because when it was like kind of like right there in my face, but my damn phone was acting janky and shit, my camera and shit didn't pop up until the damn spirit disappeared. So I was like, did the like electromagnetic field of that, you know, orb of light affect my phone? Because after it disappeared off into the goddamn sky, my phone started working just perfectly fine. It just didn't work right then and there. And I was like, what the fuck? And even then, like, I've always thought things was weird, because every time my big bro would mention the Illuminati, like, we'll be talking while we up there driving and shit, he'll mention the Illuminati, all of a sudden we start hearing fax machine noises and all these weird noises and shit in the phone. And I'd be like, look, bro, stop mentioning the Illuminati, because every time you say the fucking word, we start hearing fax machine noises, glitches, calls start getting dropped and hanging up, and phones don't start. I was like, what the fuck? I'm for real. This shit was, it was every time he mentioned it. You know, because he was the one, he was talking about how, you know, the rappers are cloned and blah, blah, blah. And in my mind, I'm like, nigga, shut your ass up. Nah, he right. But see, the thing is, he didn't, I can't talk right now. Why are you trying to fuck with my throat chakra right now? Okay? So, you know, but he didn't send me videos backing up like shit that he was saying. These are like videos that I came across later on myself. That's just like the same dude I told you about, Money Motivated Stars, where he got videos about Obama and shit. He also I can't remember if he had a video or if there was something he said that made me go to this video, but it was a video of Snoop Dogg. It was a song that he made back in the 90s. I forget the name of it at the moment, but when I watched the video, it showed Snoop Dogg in a room. I think this was when he was going through a case and he was trying to beat murder or some shit. And so he made, y'all probably know what song it is. I can't think of it, but yeah, I just remember the scene where this guy came into the room and he was just sitting there, all black suit, and you couldn't see his face. All you could do is see his eyes, and he had reptile looking eyes, and he just sat there. And Snoop Dogg was up there like, oh, you know, if I give you my soul, will I be better than I ever was? And they, you know, basically he made a deal with the devil, the fucking reptilians, you know what I'm saying? And they also, the way they sat in the chair with their hands, you know, y'all probably can't see. Let me prop my phone up real quick. He made a sign like this while he was sitting in the chair and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain signs and symbols. Look, girl, I ain't got time for you to be calling me right now. Go on about your business.